Hey everyone, so today's video is a collab video that I am participating in about our top car buying tips. Now, I know nothing about vehicles, so I had to ask my husband, who has a little bit more knowledge on vehicles and kind of what you should look out for. So he gave me some tips that I am going to pass along to you guys, and most of them are kind of like common sense things, but you know, you never know. Again, I don't know anything about vehicles, so you know, some of the things he told me, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So the first thing he said is, of course, for it to not have a ton of miles on it. Now, obviously, you know, this video is kind of geared more towards like a Dave Ramsey purchase, like a Dave Ramsey car. So, you know, you'll probably have a budget of anywhere from, you know, $3,000 to $5,000. And in that price range for vehicles, chances are the vehicle is already going to have a lot of miles on it. But, you know, don't buy a car with 260,000 miles on it and expect it to last for 2 more years, you know. Try to stay around like the 130s, the 140s, even like up to 160. I think around that, you know, mileage range, you should be okay as far as, you know, longevity for the vehicle. Another point that he made was to obviously, you know, take the vehicle to a mechanic or, you know, a friend who knows, you know, things about cars and can kind of look at it and tell you, you know, if they think it needs anything. If you're looking at yourself, to look underneath the hood and make sure that there's no oil leaks. And I was like, well, how do you know if it's leaking oil? And he said, well, you can see it, you know, it's going to be all over the engine, and it'll just kind of look like sludge, like shiny, like mud, you know, like all like over the engine or like in little crevices and things like that. And it'll be kind of dirty because if it's, you know, leaking oil and then people are, you know, you're driving the vehicle, it picks up road dust and things like that and kind of all gets mixed together and it just kind of looks like mud almost. So if it's leaking oil, that's like a bad thing. Obviously stay away. But if it just looks kind of dirty, just kind of like from dust from the road, that's not a big deal, obviously, because it's just, you know, dirty. But if it's oil, if it's like sludgy stuff, stay away from that because that's a bad thing. So again, not super duper high miles on it. Take it to a friend or a mechanic who knows what they're doing. Drive the vehicle, make sure that the transmission is shifting, you know, to like reverse and drive and park and all that stuff. Make sure it's not making any kind of like weird clunky sounds. Another point that he made about the transmission is that, you know, obviously transmissions go out and you don't want to spend $3,000 on a car and drive it for 8 months and then the transmission goes out and then you have to, you know, spend $2,000 or whatever it is to replace the transmission. I mean, that's basically what you paid for the car. So try to make sure that the transmission is good to go and you know, that it's not like, you know, like missing any gears, you know, make sure that it shifts in and out pretty good. Another tip that he's made was just to try to buy a vehicle brand that you know it has longevity. I drive a Honda Accord. It has 140,000 miles on it, and honestly, y'all, it is an awesome vehicle. It starts every time I need it to start. The air conditioning works, and that's all I can ask of it. If you're to try to find my vehicle on Craigslist right now, it's a 2007 Honda Accord with 140,000 miles on it. So you would probably find that vehicle for, you know, maybe 4,500 bucks. Probably could get it for $4,000. And I plan on getting at least 100,000 miles more out of my car. So I honestly, like, if my car like broke today, I would go out and probably try to find the same exact car because it drives great. The transmission, the engine, everything works, you know, so that's all I could ask. And it's a very simple car. And that was another point that he made. He said, don't try to get a car that has like a really big engine in it or has a lot of little buttons that, you know, like sunroof and window things and little, like the seat that goes up and down or whatever, like electronically. The more little things like that the vehicle has, the more likely they are to break over time and you won't be able to use them. So just try to get something super simple. Again, kind of like what I have, you know, a Honda Accord. Also, you can get Honda Civics. Those are really great cars. And it doesn't have to have like manual, you know, windows and things like that. But if it's a simple vehicle, it's going to drive and it's going to be simple and it's going to work. Another point about like the whole Dave Ramsey car is that you're not supposed to be driving a Dave Ramsey car forever. You know, you obviously are in a season of life where you're trying to pay off your debt or you're trying to, you know, hustle through and, you know, obviously save money for other things. So just don't like overcomplicate, I guess, the vehicle. Just try to find something that's super simple. If you have a family and you need something with more space, I would say like a Honda Odyssey. I just love Hondas, and I have always had really great luck with Hondas, and anybody that I ever, or anybody that I know that drives Hondas also have really great luck with them. So just try to keep it simple, and you know, drive the car until you can't drive it anymore, and save up money for something, you know, a little bit nicer and a little bit newer and with lower miles, you know, down the line. So that's my tips for, you know, car buying. Again, I don't really know anything about cars, but I trust my husband's opinion and everything that he said. And, you know, again, that's all kind of common sense stuff. So I guess that's it for this video. All the other channels that are doing this collab are going to be listed down below. So make sure you go check them out and subscribe to them if you're not already. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And I will see y'all in another video.